The sleeve or muff coupling is designed as option A Dunn cylinder, option B thick cylinder, option C solid shaft, option D hollow shaft. And here the answer is option D hollow shaft. The given proportions are assumed for the design of sleeve or muff, and we'll write the formula as a torque transmitted by a hollow shaft, such that we'll design the sleeve or muff as a by assuming as a hollow shaft, and here we'll find out the uh, that is shear stress, induced shear stress, and this will compare with the allowable shear stress. So here the design of sleeve or muff is done by assuming it is a hollow shaft. And we'll see the next question here. A sliding bearing in which the working surfaces are completely separated from each other by lubricant is called zero film bearing. True or false is asking. So it is false. Why? Because when the sliding surfaces are completely separated by the lubricant, that kind of bearing is called thick film bearing or hydrodynamic bearing. And we'll see the next question here. Screws used for power transmission should have low efficiency, high efficiency, very fine threads, and option D strong teeth. And here the option is option B is the correct option, that is high efficiency. So for power transmission, the losses should be minimum and efficiency should be high. So the screws which are used for the power transmission should have high efficiency. And if you see the next question here, the number of rivets in shear shall be equal to the number of rivets in crushing. Is it correct or incorrect? He is asking. And here the answer is it is correct. So why? Because suppose if you assume like these two plates are connected by rivets, when you apply the load, suppose tensile load, that will be act as a shear load for this rivets, and when the all the rivets are in shear at the same time, all the rivets are in crushing, there is a compressive force will act at the same time, so those are in crushing. So when the number of rivets in shear shall be equal to number of rivets in crushing, so it is a correct statement. And when we see the next question here, a screw is said to be overhauling screw if its efficiency is less than 50%, option B more than 50%, option C equal to 50%, option D none of this. So here the correct answer is option B more than 50%. Means when a screw is efficiency is more than 50%, we'll call it as a overhauling screw. When it is less than 50%, we will call it as a self-locking screw. And if you see the next question here, Soderberg relation is based on dash of the material, whereas the all other failure relation for the dynamic loading are based on the ultimate strength of the material. Means Soderberg relation is based on elastic strength or yield strength or shear strength is asking. And here the answer is yield strength. So option B is the correct option for this question. So if you see the Soderberg relation, the formula will be like this. And here this sigma y stands for the yield strength. So this Soderberg relation is based on the yield strength, and other relations like Goodman and Gerber relations are on the ultimate strength. So anyway, if you see the next question here, a transmission shaft includes counter shaft, line shaft, overhead shaft, or all of the above. And here the answer is option D, all of the above. Transmission shaft means receiving the power from one source to and giving the power to the other shaft or other component of the machine. So all these shafts means counter shaft, line shaft, and overhead shaft are transmission shafts only. These will rotating and these will transfer power. So all of these you can call them as transmission shafts. And if you see the next question here, according to the Indian Boiler Regulation (IBR), shearing resistance required to shear off the rivet per pitch length in double shear is pi by 4 d square into tau into n. is option A. Option B is 1.875 into pi by 4 d square into tau into n, and option C 2 into pi by 4 d square into tau into n, and option C is 3 into pi by 4 d square into tau into n. And here the correct answer is option B, 1.875. According to Indian viral regulations, the shearing resistance required to shear off the rivets per pitch length is for in double shear is 1.875 into pi by 4 d square into tau into n. And if you see the next question, a crankshaft is a dash shaft. Is asking it is a transmission shaft or machine shaft. So here the answer is crankshaft is a machine shaft. So the previous question we have discussed transmission shaft. Transmission shaft is I told it is it will receive the power and it will transfer to the other component or other shaft. So and machine shaft, what is the machine concept of, or the meaning of machine shaft means it will be integral part of the one component or machine. So if you see here kind of crankshaft, it is an integral part of the cylinder block. So you can say crankshaft is a machine shaft. And when you see the next question here, according to Indian standard specifications, 100 H6 by G5 means that the actual size is 100 mm, basic size is 100 mm, difference between actual size and basic size is 100 mm, or none of this. So according to the Indian standards, when you specify an assembly between hole and shaft like this, 100 H6 by G5, this 100 refers to the basic size. So here option B is the correct option. And actual size means the size which is measured actually on the component. It may be hole or shaft. So, but here this specification, this number stands for the basic size or nominal size, you can say. So option B is the right option for this question. And when you see the next question here, according to Unwin's formula, the relation between the diameter of the rivet hole D and the thickness of the plate T is given by option A, D is equals to T, option B, D is equals to 1.6 root T, option D, D is equals to 2 times of T, and option D, D is equals to 6 root T. And here the answer is option D, D is equals to 6 root T. And when we see the next question, in unilateral system of tolerance, the tolerance is allowed on option A, one side of the actual size, option B, one side of the nominal size, option C, both sides of the actual size, option D, both sides of the nominal size. And here the answer is option B, one side of the nominal size. So I told here in the previous question we have discussed nominal size or basic size, both are same. So here unilateral system means the total tolerance value is given only on one side of the nominal size or basic size. Suppose here we are showing below the basic size. So for this question, the correct answer is option B, one side of the nominal size. Unilateral system means giving one side, giving the tolerance value on one side of the basic size or nominal size. And when we see the next question here, for maximum power, the velocity of the belt will be option A, root T by m, option B, root T by 2m, option C, root T by 3m, option D, none of this. And here the correct option is option C, the root of T by 3m. And here T is the maximum tension in the belt, m is the mass of the belt per meter length. And when we see the next question here, which of the following statement is correct for gauge? The addendum is less than the dedendum. And option B is pitch circle diameter is equal to the product of module and number of teeth. Option C, the pitch circle is always greater than the base circle. Option D, all of these. So if you see, all these statements A, B, C are correct only. Why? Because if you see, the addendum is less than the dedendum, so it is option A is right. Option B, the pitch circle diameter is equal to the product of module and number of teeth. So pitch circle diameter is D, and is saying that it is the product of module and number of teeth. Yes, Module means we can write d by t, where d is PCD, that is pitch circle diameter. So when you multiply with t, you will get once again the PCD only, that is pitch circle diameter only. So the second statement or option also means it is statement also true. And you see the third one, the pitch circle is always greater than the base circle. So yes, so this is indicating the pitch circle, and this one base circle. So pitch circle is always greater than the base circle. So all these options are right. So you can say that all of the above is right. So option D is the correct choice for this given question. And when we see the next question here, the resistance to fatigue of a material is measured by elastic limit, option B Young's modulus, option C ultimate tensile strength, option D endurance limit. And here the correct option is option D endurance limit. The resistance to fatigue is measured by endurance limit. And when we see the next question here, the size of a gear is usually specified by option A pressure angle, option B pitch circle diameter, option C circular pitch, option D diametral pitch. So the size gear size in general, it is specified by pitch circle diameter. So option B is the right. More videos, please subscribe and activate bell symbol. And also please share my videos with your friends. Like it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.